Good morning. Arr! Good morning, I'm Sharaad Kuttan and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines. It's the 12th of May. Yes, it's a little late for Mother's Day, but let me say, Mum, I love you if you're watching this. Now, the big stories in the press today: hudud, PKR polls, chaos in Selangor, El Nino, and a few other stories that might delight you. This is the front page of Utusan Malaysia. They're making hay of several things. One, of course, chaos in PKR. The other is PAS and its decision to hold off on hudud. Now, that story really does dominate some of the papers. In fact, four of the papers. Berita Harian has it. PAS tangguh hudud. It's holding back on hudud. The Malay Mail, which has a slightly different take on it, says drop hudud plan and not just defer it, JP tells PAS. Because these are two members of the Pakatan Rakyat Coalition. The other, of course, is PKR. Sina Harian has a little interesting take on that. That's at the top of that. It says tangguh bukan batal. So obviously some people want to batal hudud, like the DAP MCA. Others that want to see Malaysia go down that secular route. And those who say it's only a deferment. The question is why? There's speculation, of course, by political commentators on why PAS is deferring this. Is it because of the upcoming by-elections in Bukit Glugo and in Teluk Intan? Or is it that they're just having a second thought about whether this is going to be detrimental to Pakatan Rakyat as a whole? It's not clear at this point. Other story, and somewhat related, I guess, is troubles in PKR. They can't seem to get their act together when it comes to these polls. Perhaps too much is at stake. Perhaps they've just not organized it well. Whatever it is, it's created dramatic pictures, and you see that both on the front pages of Sina Harian, but you also see much of it in the other papers. There must be many smiles in UMNO today and Barisan Nasional as they watch troubles in PKL spill out into the public sphere, and there for all to see. Lots of ugliness, and you see that also in Utusan Malaysia's front pages. So that's a big story for PKR. Are they going to get their act together? Is this going to take a shine off their image politically? We don't know. Meanwhile, in UMNO, the message is reach out. Reach out to who? Urban Malays, says Najib Tun Razak. He wants the party to reach out to urban Malays as much as it reaches out to rural Malays. Now, this is a part of a message delivered on the 68th anniversary of the party's founding. There you have it, the star. More chaos in PKR polls. I'll just show you that front page. No surprise that they're going to make hay while PKR's sun don't shine, as it were. Also, talking about sun and the weather, the star. Bracing for El Nino, expected sometime next month, June, and expected to last at least 6 months. The last time we had this was in 2009, 2010. This is going to have an effect on rice production and the agricultural sector. Also, it's going to probably have an effect on whether water comes out of our pipes on a daily basis. The Star has an interesting story also about food security, saying that the deficit in our trade on food is in fact too high. The UN report has it. So you look at page 4, you can see much of that. We end with the other big international story. There it is. Thailand parties face off in what looks like increasingly like something you might call civil war. And if you go to the podcast on current affairs today, you will listen to an analysis by Michael Connors. He's in Bangkok and he's the author of a book on Thailand. Harian Metro has this. Pusara Gaga is a tomb of chaos, concussion. I'm not quite sure how to translate that, but I think it's a word I'd like to use. In fact, it's used in this story on the back about Thailand. There it is. Hadia di bom and pejabat PM bergegar. So these are shockwaves coming from the political conflict in Thailand. Shockwaves, bergegar. A lot of bergegaring today in PKR, in Thailand and elsewhere. Are you ready for these shockwaves? I'm not. It's a Monday after all. But tomorrow is a day to look forward to. It is Vesak and we're off. It's a public holiday. So enjoy. I'm Sharaad Kuttan on BFM's Morning Headlines. BFM 89.9.